Hi, I'm Julianne. Welcome to today's beginner reformer flow. We are going to start with footwork today on 2 red and 1 blue spring. Let's start lying down onto the back and take the toes on the foot bar with the feet parallel. The hands are down, palms are up. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale. Push out evenly into both feet. Fully extend the legs. Inhale, come back to center slow. Focus on your breathing. Focus on keeping those knees pointed straight up the whole time. Pressing evenly across all of the toes. The heels are lifted about 4 to 5 inches up to work towards strengthening the calves. Exhale, you push it out. Inhale, drag it into center, keeping the ribs soft and the core tight. We're working in a neutral pelvis. That means our pelvis is parallel with the ceiling and floor, and your tail is pressing heavy into the mat so that there may be a slight space between the low back and the mat. Getting that full leg press, resisting in with that same controlled speed the whole time. 2 more. I want you to feel your quads engage and lift as you press, and then pull back to center slow. 1 more time. Take it out. Let's go to prancing. So you bend 1 knee and you press the opposite heel deeply down underneath the foot bar, feeling that beautiful calf stretch all the way up into the hamstrings. Here you can go fast or slow, whatever feels good on your body. Just make sure you breathe. And sometimes it feels good to hold 1 leg down a little bit longer if those calves are feeling super tight. So you just hold it and then you lift. Hold it and you lift. Or sometimes it feels good to speed it up and get that heart rate up. Just make sure your pelvis and hips are stable. Your ribs are soft. Your core is tight. And we try to keep the tension out of the shoulders by continuing to reach those arms long away from the center of the body. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Lift the heels up. Bend the knees, come all the way in. Rotate your feet to a Pilates V position. Push into the toes. Lengthen the carriage out. Pull the carriage in. The goal is to not let your heels separate at all. And as you push out, feel your hip bones narrow in towards each other. And as you come in, release that pelvic floor engagement and notice the sits bones will widen. As you pull to center, only open your knees up as wide as the shoulders. And as you lengthen, zip up the inner thighs. Pull the navel into the spine, feeling that deep lower abdominal engagement. We're even across the shoulders and hips. Exhale out, inhale in, just for 3. Last 2. 1 more time, come in halfway. Let's take little pulses here. 2 to 3 inches out, 2 to 3 inches in. Pushing from your tailbone, not from the knees. Maintaining that neutral pelvis the whole time. Just for 3, 2, and 1. Push all the way out. Come all the way in. Take the heels on the foot bar. Feet are now parallel and the ankles are flexed. Push out, pull in with control. The heels are about hip distance. So we have a bit of space between the feet today, and you want to make sure that the toes and the knees point straight up the whole time, focusing on that hip and pelvic stability. So notice if your knees are wobbling at all, that means you're unstable in your pelvis and hips. So stabilize, breathe, and keep those knees tracking up. So every muscle in the body is engaged. Imagine that there's a wall connected to the foot bar and you're firmly pressing the balls of the feet against that imaginary wall as you pull your middle toes back toward the knees. We're here for 3. Feel those glutes, feel the hamstrings, and even the quads. Last 2. One more time. Come in halfway and we pulse. 2 to 3 inches out, 2 to 3 inches in, feeling the glutes, pelvic floor, and core right here for 3, 2, push all the way out, come all the way in into marching, push out, float the right knee to tabletop, pull and drop that right foot down. I know it's heavy. If it is too heavy, go ahead and drop it down to a red and a blue spring or 2 red springs, but really try to focus on your breath. Focus on the strength of the leg that's pushing out as you effortlessly float the opposite knee up and back down. Just for 3. You're doing great. Stay with it. Last 2. One more time. And come back in. Awesome work. Roll on up to a seated position. Adjust the weight to 1 red, 1 blue spring. Make sure that your headrest is all the way down. And then lie onto your back, taking the heels on the foot bar, feet about hip distance and slightly turned out. Setting up for pelvic lift or bridging. Inhale, tilt the pelvis away from the body. Exhale, tilt the pelvis in toward the face. Curl the hips all the way up. Then roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. The goal is to not move the carriage at all. But if you have long legs, you can push the carriage out a couple of inches to begin, and then just keep the carriage there. As you lift up, feel that glute engagement, feel your core engagement, eliminate the space between the low back and the mat, and tuck the tail, scoop the belly, lift all the way up, pointing those knees straight forward, then rolling down with control. Inhale at the bottom. Create space between the low back and the mat. Exhale and eliminate the space to imprint the back. Curl the hips all the way up and then fluidly roll down through that spine stretch while staying even across the pelvis and hips. We have 3 more. Exhale, scoop the belly, curl the hips up high. Inhale, upper back, mid back, low back, connect down. Last 2. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, rolling down through that spinal stretch. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tail, scoop the belly, curl all the way up. Push the carriage out. Pull the carriage in. Maintaining that diagonal line of energy from the forehead to the knees. Squeeze your core. Squeeze your glutes to help support the low back. Push out as far as you can. Use the hamstrings to pull the carriage back to center. Your hands are still pushing firmly into the mat to keep them active and to try to take the tension out of the shoulders. Ribs are knitted, eyes straight up, so a slight space between the chin and chest to help protect the neck. Exhale, push it out as far as you can. Inhale, drag it back in. Just for 3. You're doing great. Don't give up. Last 2. 1 more time. Come back in. Little pulses with the hips up and down. Squeeze, release. Release and squeeze, trying not to move the carriage and letting that glute activation be what lifts and lowers those hips up, down. Exhale, inhale. We're here for 5, 4, abs tight. Last 3, 2, and 1. Roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Hug the knees up to the chest. Gently rock side to side, massaging out the low back and hips. Back to center, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Take that nice little deep flexion in the spine, releasing the low back and shoulders. And rest. Now you can stay on a red and a blue spring, or if you need it a little bit lighter, go ahead and move to a red and a yellow or a red and a white, depending on your reformer. And then lie onto your back, making sure that your straps are not crossed, and bring your knees up to 90 degrees above the hips. You can hold the bigger loops for less tension or the smaller loops for more tension. We're going into supine arms and core. So knees are bent, arms extend straight up. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, push the arms down. Inhale, float the arms up with control. Remember that same speed as you move. The legs are staying at that 90-degree angle. Just float the arms, press the arms. And each time that the arms press down, think about squeezing your core. Focus on your breathing. Try only to bring the arms right up above the shoulders and back down each time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. All the way up and back down. We're here for 3. You got it. Last 2. One more time. Press it down, triceps. You bend the elbows and push the arms. Now you can hover the elbows about 2 to 3 inches off of the mat if you prefer to add a little more of a challenge. It is less challenging to keep the elbows glued to the mat the whole time, so take whichever modification feels good for you. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. We're here for 3. Last 2. Keep it slow and controlled. One more time. Press it down, turn the palms in. Inhale, open the arms out. Exhale, pull the arms to the hips. Inhale, open. Exhale, hollow out the armpits. Squeeze into your lats as you pull your arms back to center. Keep a soft bend of the elbow so that we don't hyperextend the arms and that we're able to activate the correct muscles. Inhale, open. Exhale, scoop into the side body. We're here for 3. Last 2. You're doing great. One more time. Pull it in and start your arm circles. Inhale, lift. Exhale, circle around and pull. Big circles, opening the chest. Feeling that lat engagement as you pull to center. Keeping the core tight the whole time. Lift, press. That fluid control. Feeling your arm rotating fluidly throughout the shoulder joint. And breathe. 3. Last 2. One more time. Take it the other way. Inhale out. Exhale, press. Inhale, circle. Exhale, push. I like to breathe with an exhale on the exertion, but as long as you're breathing, I don't mind which pattern that you take. Inhale, circle. Exhale, press. For 3. Last 2. Awesome work. One more time. Float the arms up above the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up into flexion. Gaze at your belly button or in between the inner thighs. And then low down with control. Inhale here. Exhale, curl up. Try to get those shoulders all the way up off the mat. Inhale, lower with control. Exhale, lift up as high as you can. Get that deep imprint, that deep core activation. And then lower back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Trying to take a little bit of a static hold at the top, squeezing into the inner thighs, maintaining that slight space in between the chin and chest to protect the cervical spine. We're here for 3. Last 2. One more time. Lower down. Now curl up and extend just the right leg out. Point the toes, hold it. Lower down slow. Curl up and the left leg goes out. You point the toes and hold it. And then you lower back down. Continue alternating and breathing with each move. Lift, lower, exhale, inhale. Just for 3. You're doing great. Last 2. One more time. Lift up and hold it. Single leg stretch. One leg in, one leg out. Point at the toes. Keep reaching through the fingertips. Stay lifted in the head, neck, and shoulders. And each time that a leg pulls to the chest, you squeeze into the core even deeper and maybe even curl up a little bit higher, just for 3. Last 2. And a 1, lower down. Awesome work. Take those straps, place them onto the feet. I still have 1 red, 1 blue spring on the reformer, but if you prefer to add a little more weight, 2 red springs is a good place to be. Push your hands firmly into the mat. Activate the arms. Heels are together, toes are apart in a V position. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, push the legs out. Inhale, bend the knees in. As you push the legs out, keep the heels glued together. When you lengthen both legs out, the straps will move above the knees. And then as you bend the knees in, the straps will go inside those legs, keeping the heels together and the toes apart the whole time. Here we're strengthening our hips and our inner thighs. And I want you to feel your outer thigh muscles wrapping around the back of the legs and lifting up toward the glutes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. Feeling the core, keeping the tension out of the shoulders, just for 3. Last 2. One more time, take it out, point the toes. Lift the legs up to a high, wide V in the air. Inhale. Flex the ankles, lower the legs down low and together. Point, open the legs out wide. Flex and pull the legs in down low. Point, feel that deep hip stretch as you open. Inhale. Flex and lower the legs back down. Opening wide, then closing down low. If it feels good to hold it in that wide position for a little while, that's great. Otherwise, keep that active stretch by continuing to move with your breath. Just for 3. Last 2. One more time, open and pull. Parallel the feet, flex the ankles, lift the legs straight up. Point your toes, lower the legs back down. Flex the ankles, lift the legs all the way up. Point the toes and lower both legs down. Inhale as you lift, feeling that deep stretch in the hamstrings and calves. And then point as you lower. Inhale, flex and lift, anchoring your tail heavy into the mat, feeling that oppositional stretch behind the legs. Point as you lower. Slow and controlled movements. Flex as you lift. Just for 3. Last 2. One more time, go down. Now keep your toes pointed. Big circles with the legs up and out and around and back to center. Feeling your femur bone fluidly rotating throughout that hip joint. So we get a deep stretch in the legs and in the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, circle it around and back to center. Feeling those inner thighs active. Feeling that fluid stretch just for 3. Making the circle little or big, whatever feels good for your body. Small, big. Just listen to your body and know what you need for 3, 2, and done. Take it the other way. Go down and around and up. Imagine your legs are growing a little bit longer with each circle. Ribs stay connected, core is engaged. The classical way to do feet and straps is in a neutral pelvis, but oftentimes it feels better for people to keep an imprint and you'll feel your core more. So whichever method feels better for you, I'm okay with. Just make sure your pelvis and hips are stable. And it's really just about that leg and hip stretch here. And then we are getting core activation just to stabilize on the carriage. Every move in Pilates is core centric. So even when we're not focusing on it, that stability is causing us to engage the core. One more time. Lower down halfway for Peter Pan. Bend the right leg, extend the left leg out. Inhale. Exhale, push both feet to center. Bend the left leg and extend that right leg out. Inhale. And then exhale, both legs press. So this one can be a little bit challenging for coordination. Bend one leg in as you keep the opposite leg straight, but stay even across your hips. Inhale. And then exhale, push through the heel of the leg that's bent as you pull in with the inner thigh of the leg that's extended to bring both feet back together over the foot bar. Bend the left leg, extend the right. Inhale. Exhale, pull it to center. Bend the right leg, extend the left leg. Inhale. And then exhale, both feet press. Just two more. Bend, extend, and press to center. One more time. Bend, extend, press to center. Parallel the feet. Bend the knees into the chest. Take the straps off of the feet. Place them down and step up off to the side. Adjust the weight on the reformer so that you have just one red spring on, and then drop your foot bar down. So for the Allegro 2 reformer, you pick it up and then drop it down. But some reformers have two little knobs you pull in and then you just drop the foot bar down. Grab your boxes, place them on long ways. So that means parallel with the carriage. In the shoulders, the boxes against the shoulder blocks. If you do not have a box, you can either sit up onto your knees or cross-legged facing back. So have a seat on the box with your feet flat and the knees bent. Grab the straps, either holding the bigger loops for a little less tension or the smaller loops for more. Take a deep inhale through the nose to prepare. Sit up high on the sits bones and exhale, draw the shoulder blades together, push back. Inhale, release it forward slow. Here we are working posture and upper back strength. We are strengthening the triceps and all of those upper back stabilizing muscles. Keep your core tight. Maybe take a little bit of a static hold as you push back and then release it forward slow. Exhale, you push it back, hold it. Inhale, bring it forward slow. Drawing those shoulder blades together, keeping the neck long, keeping the shoulders down and relax. Think lengthen from the heart. Lift up the chest. Drop those shoulders. Just for 3, exhale. Last 2. One more time. And forward, reach your arms out, flip the palms up and start to just bicep curl the arms. Try to keep those elbows lifted. Have about 12 inches of space between the arms. Keep your wrists straight and imagine you're holding a ruler in between the elbows so we keep that proper form. Core still tight, neck still long, chest is open the whole time. We're here for 3. Last 2 and 1. Lengthen out. Cross at the straps. I like to bring my pointer fingers through the little loops and then take a high row, hold it, release out slow. Exhale, pull back, hold it. Inhale, lengthen with control. Keep your wrists straight. Have a long line of energy from the knuckles to the elbows. Try to take the tension out of the neck and shoulders. Focus on that back movement. Focus on releasing it out slow. We're here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Lengthen it out. I'm going to hold the smaller loops now for a little rotation of the spine. Keep the left arm straight. Just bend the right elbow. Look over the right shoulder. Pull to center. Keep the right arm straight. Bend the left elbow. Look over the left shoulder. Pull to center. One elbow bends. One arm extends. Like you're doing a bow and arrow. And it's all about working mobility of the spine right here. So on each rotation, Imagine your spine is spiraling up with length. So we're actually growing a little bit taller, working that decompression and creating a really strong and healthy spine. It's really important in Pilates to mobilize the spine in every direction in every class. That's how we keep our spine young and healthy. So we've already done the flexion with our core work, and now we're doing the rotation. One more time, exhale and inhale. Grab the straps straight. Now I'm still holding the little loops, or if you need a little more tension, you can choke up and hold the ropes. From there, inhale, tilt the tail, scoop the belly, roll down to your mid back. Exhale, roll back up and sit up tall. So we go into a posterior tilt with the tail, imprint the low back, and exhale, roll back up. The goal is to keep your feet flat and connected to the mat the whole time. To keep the arms straight and extended. Once you bend the elbows here, you're taking the work into the arms and out of the core. So really important to keep those arms straight, the feet down, and the shoulders and neck relax. Inhale down. Exhale. Now, if it feels good for you and it's okay on your neck, you can also roll down into a full spinal extension. And then when you come up, just make sure to tuck the chin and roll back up. Now we're adding a little bit of extension to add on to our mobility work. Down, chin tucks, roll up. This move is not available for everyone because of neck issues. Don't feel bad if you can't go quite as low. Eventually maybe working toward this, but some people won't ever be able to go into extensions. And one of my clients who is a doctor told me, that was an ear, nose, and throat surgeon, told me the reason some people get dizzy when they go into extension is because you're actually cutting off the blood to your brain. So if you are getting dizzy or feeling uncomfortable here, then this move isn't for you. 2 more. Inhale as you roll down. Exhale, come back up. Awesome work. One more time. Inhale, take it down. And exhale, roll all the way up. Drop the straps down. Step off to the side. Turn your box short ways. If you are above 5'6", then the box will come behind the shoulder blocks. Otherwise, keep it in front. Adjust the weight and take all of the springs onto the reformer so that the carriage is stable. Have a seat on your box and bring both of the feet through the safety strap in front of you. Scoot your butt all the way back. Flex the ankles to hold your legs in place. If you have super tight hip flexors today, you could always bend at the knees to alleviate some of that pressure from the hip flexors. Otherwise, that full leg extension is good. Hands behind the head, wide elbows. Inhale, lengthen and draw the sits bones together with a flat back, hinge back as far as you can. Exhale, pull back up to center. A slight tuck of the tail is okay. It will take some of that pressure off of the low back. Keep the spine long. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Your eyes are out and slightly up to keep the neck long. And continue to press your feet either up into the strap the whole time, or if the knees are bent, you can go ahead and push your feet down into the platform. Inhale back. Exhale up. We're here for 3. Elbows stay wide the whole time. Lift from the heart. Last 2. One more time. And up. Go to a genie arm position. Round through the spine. Scoop into the belly. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll forward using the strength of the core. Feeling that stretch across the shoulders and upper back. Inhale, go back as far as you can without losing that flexion of the spine. And then exhale, draw the abdominals in and up to bring you forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward with control. Even feeling a little bit of a stretch in the low back as you come forward. Just for 3. Last 2. One more time, back and forward. Going into a rotation, go around to the right and then up on the left side. Inhale back. Exhale around and up. keeping the same controlled speed the whole time that you move. Inhale back, exhale around and up to center, just for 3. Last 2. And 1. Reverse the circle. Inhale back. Exhale around and up. Working the mobility of the spine, working into our obliques as we strengthen every muscle throughout the abdominal wall right here. Just for 3. Last 2. And 1. Setting up for mermaid stretch. Take the left knee out, turn and face the side. Bend the left knee on the box. Bring your right foot forward at a diagonal, pressing up into the strap. I like to take the left foot and place it underneath my thigh. I find it helps to stabilize the hips. If your hips are super tight, some people prefer to bend the knee over the box, and that's a great modification as well. So take whatever feels good for you. Push your foot up into the strap, reach your arms out with length. We're gonna reach over into the well and the left arm goes underneath the belly as the right arm reaches way overhead to stretch the side body. And then exhale, lift up and reverse the stretch. Lengthen and sit up tall. Reach that left arm underneath the belly and the right arm way overhead. Inhale. And then exhale, lift. And reverse that stretch. Maybe try to get a little bit further into that stretch each time, keeping your gaze straight forward and continuing to press your stabilizing foot up into the strap. Lengthen, sit up tall. Reach up and over. Feel that lateral flexion of the spine. Back to our mobility work. This is a really great stretch for your QL, and it's really great for strengthening the spine and working our obliques so we keep a super strong core. 3 more. Get a little further over. It feels so good. Lift back up and reverse that stretch. Last 2. Awesome work. One more time. And lift back up and reverse that stretch. Take the hands behind the head, wide elbows. Inhale, lower into the well. Exhale, lift up into the obliques. Inhale, reach up and over, an imaginary beach ball that's beside the hip. And then exhale, fire on those right obliques to pull you back up. Keep pushing that right foot forward and up into the strap so that the hips are stable. Keep your chest open and your eyes straight forward and slightly up. That way we have proper neck alignment here. 3. Last 2. One more time. Take it down. Little pulses up. 2 to 3 inches up. 2 to 3 inches down. Squeezing into the side body. Releasing halfway down. Just for 3, 2, and done. Drop the left hand to the headrest. Reach your right arm way overhead. Stretch out the side body. Hold it. And now rotate down. One hand to each side of the reformer. Drop your head. Get a little twist. One more big inhale. And exhale, bring both hands over to the left side of the reformer. Feel that deep stretch in the back. One more big inhale. Exhale, both hands on. Take the left hand to the headrest. Rotate up all the way to that starting position. Reverse that stretch. Awesome work. Other side. Roll on over to the other side. Bring your left foot through the strap. Bring your right knee onto the box with the foot underneath the thigh, or bend the knee over the box, whichever feels good for you. Reach your arms out. Sit up tall and lengthen. The left arm threads underneath the belly. The right arm threads underneath the belly. The left arm reaches way overhead to stretch the side body. And then lift back up and reverse that stretch. Sit up tall and lengthen. Left hand, right hand under, left hand over. And lift back up and reverse that stretch. Try to get a little bit further in that stretch each time. Inhale. And then exhale, lift back up. Keep those shoulders down. Lengthen and sit up tall. Right hand underneath the belly, left arm reaches overhead and we stretch. And then exhale, lift and reverse that stretch. 3 more, shoulders wide. Left foot still pushes forward and up. And reverse that stretch, getting a little further each time. 2 more. One more time. And reverse that stretch. Come on up, hands behind the head, wide elbows. Inhale, lower into the well. Exhale, lift and squeeze into the obliques. Inhale down, exhale up, aiming the right elbow to the center of the reformer, lifting up with control, continuing to push that left foot forward and up. Keep it slow and steady. Chest is open, shoulders down, eyes out and slightly up to keep that proper neck alignment. The goal is to aim that right elbow down to the center of the headrest and then squeeze into the obliques to lift, just for 3. Last 2. You're doing great. Don't give up. 1 more. Down, little pulses, 2 to 3 inches up. 2 to 3 inches down. Squeezing and releasing into that side body. Just focused on the breath for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right hand to the headrest. Bend into the right elbow. Reach the left arm way overhead. Stretch out the side body. Hold it. And then rotate down. Both hands on the reformer. Drop your head and get a twist. Deep inhales, deep exhales here. 1 more big inhale. Exhale, take both hands over to the right side of the reformer. Feel that deep stretch throughout our back. Hold it and breathe. Melt into the stretch right here. 1 more big inhale. And exhale, both hands to center. Bring your right hand to the headrest. Rotate back up to the starting position and reverse that stretch. Awesome work. Come on up, adjust the weight so that you have 1 blue spring on, or if you prefer a little more of a challenge for arms, go ahead and move to a red. I am going on 1 blue spring, that is a medium spring, and then grab the straps behind you and place them into the hands. Again, holding the bigger loop for less tension, little loop for more. So I'm gonna hold the smaller loops just to add a little more tension today. So feet are flat, knees are bent, elbows glued and tight to the waist. Sit up tall, lengthen the spine, draw the sits bones together. Exhale, scoop the air, reach the arms up. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, close the arms. Inhale, resist back to center for serve a tray. We scoop and lift the shoulder heads, roll back and down. You open out to your peripherals. Close it to center and bring it back in. Exhale, scoop the air, lift the arms up. Inhale, open out. Exhale, close it in. Inhale, lower back to center. As you lift the arms up, keep the length in the spine. As you open the arms, make sure you can see the hands don't go too far back. Use your lats to pull the arms in. And for this, we're gonna add a little movement to the hands. So you press it up, flip the palms down, open the arms out, pull back to center, flip the palms up, pull it in. Exhale, scoop and lift, flip the palms down, open out, pull to center, flip the palms up and resist. We have 3 more. You go up, palms down, pinkies up, open out, pull it and flip the palms, resist. Last 2, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. One more time, scoop the air, lift up, palms down, open out, back to center, palms up, close it in. Now we go up and turn the palms in for hug a tree. Close the arms, open the arms, hollow out the armpits, squeeze the lats in the chest as you pull the arms in. Then again, opening the arms out to the peripherals. Imagine like you're wrapping your arms around a giant beach ball in front of the chest, and then open the arms out slow. Exhale, pull. Inhale, open. Just for 3. Awesome work, stay with it. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful job. I'm gonna grab the bigger loops now and bend the elbows wide to a 90-degree angle. Lean forward at a diagonal, pull the abs in, shoulder presses, reach, bend. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend wide. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. Moving slow on the way down to get that work, to build strength in the shoulders and upper back. Reach, resist. Exhale, inhale. Just for 5, you got it. Shoulders wide, 4, keep the gaze forward. Last 3, 2, 1 more time, reach it up, hold it there. Bend the elbows back, extend the arms up. Keeping the thumb and pointer fingers together. Keeping the elbows glued in tight to the head. Keep the wrists straight and the neck long. Feel those triceps here. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Bend back. Reach it up. Just for 4. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more time. Circle the arms out and around and back down, and then drop the straps down. Turn the box a long ways and move to the front of the reformer for a reverse elephant stretch. So make sure that the box is even on the carriage. 1 blue spring still on. Micro bend the knees, take the hands to each corner of the box. Inhale, push the carriage out. Melt your chest to the floor as you press your heels down and your hips back. Exhale with 2 straight arms, lift up the chest and feel the shoulders melt down the back into the ribs. Inhale, push out with length. Exhale, lift up with that long spine and that tight core. You're gonna notice a really big stretch in those hamstrings, calves, and low back, even into the shoulders, upper back, and neck. So really just a feel-good movement here. Inhale down. Exhale, really important to keep the heels down and your booty back as you melt into the well. And then flat back, long neck, lift up. As you come up, your eyes go to the end of the box toward the headrest. As you press out and look down, your eyes go to the spring that's loaded. Inhale, lift up with a flat back, long neck, eyes at the box. Exhale, push out, melt into the well, gazing at that blue spring that's loaded. 3 more, we go all the way up and all the way down. Last 2. One more time. Hold it at the bottom. Now you're gonna round the spine as you pull the carriage in, gazing at your toes. Then dive forward like you're diving into a swimming pool. Lengthen out, look at the box. Tilt the tail, scoop the belly, tuck the chin and round as you pull in. Then dive forward, lengthen out, and look up in between the hands. Scoop the belly, undulate the spine, round through the spine, contract the core. Tilt the tail up, lengthen out, look in between the hands. Remember to keep the weight back in the heels. Getting that movement throughout the spine, working into the natural curvature of the spine as we work the core and get that deep stretch throughout the whole body. Just for 3. Exhale out, inhale in. Last 2. One more time. And round all the way in. Bring the hands in front of the thighs. Keep your chin tucked. Roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, until the shoulders go down the back and your chin and head come up last. Setting up for pulling straps. I'm going to adjust the weight. One red spring is on. Lie onto your belly facing back with your chest off of the box. Grab the straps and hold up where the tension feels good for you when you're keeping the arms straight, that there's a little tension in the straps and the carriage is out about 1 inch. Take a deep inhale through the nose, pull the abs up, lift the legs up and elongate them out of the hips and activate the glutes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, pull the straps back to the hips, lift the chest up into an extension, hold it. Inhale, lower, back down slow. Exhale, engage your lats, pull back, lift up, feel that elongation of the legs out of the hips. Inhale, lower, back down. Exhale, we pull it back. Lengthen and lift the heart, open the chest, keep the neck long. Lower, back down slow. Exhale, pull back, lengthen and lift. Inhale, lower with control. Exhale, pull back, lift up, keep squeezing your core and glutes. And lower back down. 5 more. We go all the way up and hold it. Inhale, lower, slow. Last 4. Gaze is out just at the end of the reformer when you're at the top. Your gaze is right in front of the headrest as you go down. Exhale, pull back, lift up, hold it. Inhale, release it down slow. 2 more. Awesome work. 1 more time. Lift it up, hold it there. Little beats with the heels. 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tricep extensions. Bend the elbows. Push the arms. Continue looking straight down the whole time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push. Elbows stayed glued and tight to the side waist. Keep the neck long. Gaze is about 4 to 5 inches in front of the floor and down. Legs still lifted. Toes still pointed. Glutes are strong and engaged. Just for 3, 2, 1 more. Hold the arms back. Click those heels for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Drop it down. Take a moment. Drop those straps. Awesome work. Come on up. Lift the heart. Stand up off the reformer. Take your box off. Place it back to the back edge of the reformer. Adjust the weight so that you have just 1 blue spring on. Step up onto the reformer carefully with your right foot onto the platform, left foot on the carriage. Hands by the hips, arms are long. Tilt the tail, lift the heart. Take a deep inhale through the nose, push out evenly into both feet. Exhale, squeeze into the inner thighs, pull back into center. The goal is to push evenly into both feet, fully lengthen the legs and the arms, and then use the strength of the inner thighs and the glutes to pull to center. Inhale, push out and the arms lift. Exhale, zip it up, lengthen through the spine, pull it in. It really helps to lift up your arches to target the pelvic floor and inner thighs even deeper. Make sure your core is tight, and each time you push out and lift the arms up, relax the shoulders. Feel them melt down the back into the ribs. Just for 3, inhale out. Exhale in, last 2. 1 more time. And pull it back in. Other side, step it down, turn around, face the other way. Left foot platform, right foot carriage. Push out and the arms go up, inhale. Exhale, zip up the inner thighs, pull it in. The more you push out, the more work on the inner thighs to pull to center. So be mindful of that as you move. Inhale, open the chest, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, pull it back and squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. Here we're working hip flexibility, inner and outer thigh strength and balance. 3 more. Awesome work, last 2. 1 more time. And pull it in. Carefully step off to the side. Bring your foot bar up. Hands on the foot bar, arms long. Right foot on the floor. Left foot against the shoulder block. Push out to a psoas stretch and hold it. 1 more big inhale through the nose. Exhale, other side. Left foot floor, right foot shoulder block. Push back to a psoas stretch. Chin up, heart lifted, just breathe. 1 more big inhale through the nose and exhale. We are done. Awesome work today. Thank you so much for joining me for this beginner reformer flow. If you want to see more videos like this, please give the video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for subscribing to the channel.